Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Rome Total War here today on the channel. We're back on our DEI Divide et Impera modded Seleucid series. This is episode 2. Here today, we're going to be dealing with this aggressive action. The Galatian Gauls or Celtic tribes, whoever they are, have attacked my allies in Sardis. So it looks like we're going to be pushing north into Anatolia and forging a Seleucid Asia Minor. Alrighty, welcome to the top of the turn. So guys, if you still are enjoying this series and want to ensure more content, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, leave it on the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. This is what we currently own. We had a short war against Pontus and Egypt in the first episode. We will open the Egyptian front eventually, but we're going to push north against Galatia here. They've expanded quite large into Cappadocia. I've got to keep an eye on my political rivals and puppets to the far east, of course. Let's go through my agents and military forces. So we'll keep my spy at Alexandria. We do want to try and push against the new pharaoh. We managed to knock off the last one in the previous episode. We've got a governor in here now as well. Ideally, I'd like to try and hit my max of 3 to get those additional buffs. Antiochus is actually going to head down to Egypt. He has 4 units of cavalry, 5 units of hoplites, 2 elephants, 3 Armenian archers, and some stock standard Greek infantry. Further to the north, we've got our navy, an additional force. We'll swing this one here to Tyrosh if the Egyptians do attack us. I have sent my son and heir, Antiochus II, with a full army now. I've managed to reconstruct and create my ideal army builds with that short peace with Egypt. However, the Celtic Galatians have expanded quite a bit. So we're going to have some help with our allies here of Sardis. And we'll send my son further north to earn his spurs. So he has 4 units of cavalry. This particular army has 6 hoplites, a lot of Greek infantry, and archers as well. It does lack elephants compared to Antiochus' main force, but we've taken a territory quite quickly. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So it looks like Sardis has pushed back to the west. Antiochus is going to move out now. We nearly can take the entire region of Cappadocia there. We're going to be able to push to Ankara here now to try and take the heart of Turkey, Asia Minor. For myself, we'll build up some siege equipment with Antiochus, the invader of Galatia. I'll put in the description below as well, DEI, and the mods I am using. Yeah, so we can't auto-resolve this one, and even though they don't outnumber us too much, though. Looks like we're going to have to siege them out in Ankara. Okay, so they've actually attacked me here, the Galatians. They're coming out against me. They have, what? 4,500. They actually outnumber me by about 1.5. We'll fight this one here today. Our first battle against a barbarian tribe. You don't really think of the Seleucids fighting barbarians too much, especially this early in the campaign, but so be it. The Battle of Ankara, 272 BC, with Antiochus II, heir to the Seleucid dynasty. So we have 6 units of hoplites that can form and make a front line. Then we have 3 units of lighter to medium sword infantry that can wrap around and flank. Got some stock standard Greek archers as well. But at the end of the day, they are attacking us, so we don't even have to charge against them. We can allow them to hit my front line and clash upon it like water on rock. Now guys, if you want to see more Rome 2 DEI on the channel, support the video by either leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you're new around here. And let me know alternatively what to replace this series with. If you want more Rome 2, let me know. I'm tempted to maybe do a Roman campaign because it's been so long. It's been, what, 5 years since I've done a DEI Roman campaign? And I guess it's only been 7 years since Rome 2 actually came out. I did play on the vanilla version, of course, but that was so long ago now. Alright, let's put our Seleucid cavalry on the flanks. And we'll sit everyone here. Move you up. Alrighty, let's have a look at these military forces, because we were fighting with Seleucus the First there. So here are our hoplites, invoking, of course, the grey Hellenic sort of colour scheme, and then different Greek effigies and religious figures. But there is Antiochus II. And then we've got our heavy cavalry on the left and right flank. But let me know where you like me to expand and conquer, because this, I've never actually played as the Seleucids before this series. I guess I played them maybe like once on Rome 1, but I've never actually played them on Rome 2. And that's including vanilla. So what's sort of the best way to go? Early on, the Egyptians were incredibly aggressive against us, and Nabatea. We've managed to piece both of them out. And even with this, I feel like we're just sort of acting upon other wars. Like, we got called into this. I didn't really have too much of an ambition to go after Galatia just yet, opening up too many fronts. I still fear the Armenians and the Persians and Media and stuff, but that might be a false worry. And we still need to recapture Alexander's former land. So the main objective of this series is to retake and reforge Alexander's empire, being the one true undisputed successor kingdom and general, I guess, forging our own Seleucid dynasty before the Romans come up and probably roll us over and stomp us, but whatever. We'll see how we go. So the first two spears are pushing up against our front line, our hoplites holding. Our heavy cavalry is trying to run down some of their light missiles, but their spear infantry's turned away to try and match it, which is actually working to our favour, as they're exposing their back. I'm going to take you back. And we're absolutely whittling them through. My cavalry hasn't formed up overly too well, being a little bit disjointed there. The further reinforcements are at the back. It's still about a 70-30 favour. Maybe because they have some better, high attacking swordsmen, you know what I mean? Like, maybe they have a lot of high inflicting units. In the defensive position, that's not going to count for much. My Greek archers are raining fire and death upon the Galatian levies. We've neutralized their skirmisher. Maybe now we can draw out one of their spearmen. Now, of course, you know, in rock, paper, scissors, total war. Cavalry doesn't beat spears, but if we can get 4 units to completely surround them, we can negate this and get all those penalties. So, is this medium spear? Even though it's a barbarian spear, which are quite good, if we can hit them from all sides and get quality charges off, the one taking the frontal push is going to take most of the casualties. But if everyone can charge inadequately, we're taking some arrow from there, don't like that. But now the charges come in from all sides, and we should be able to rout this spear unit completely. Pull out of here because, okay, that look, worked better in my mind than what it actually did. It was, those skirmishes there. Oh, crap. Crikey, we're gonna have to stop them. Dude, like the trap worked, but those skirmishers weren't neutralized enough. We're starting to drag and pull away their infantry. This battle is definitely still winnable, but my heavy cavalry took a pretty bad blow there. We like, they got us in a blob. Okay, so their heavy infantry starting to engage us there. I'm hoping we softened them up enough when they charged. We're dragging and tiring some of their units. We just need to wait until they all engage in. But yeah, once we sort of reforge Alexander's empire in the east, I think pushing over the Bosphorus, once we've got Asia Minor under our control, Turkey, potentially taking out Macedon, Athens and Sparta, we might ally up with them for the meanwhile, because we don't want them to sort of align with Egypt, that they're still in the game. Like, taking out Egypt's going to be easier said than done as well. They've got a tremendous economy and military might that they're still operating with, and we're still unsure about how this new pharaoh is going to react exactly. The last one was a fool and a craven, who was taken out in the north. But it looks like even their light infantry seems to be, or light skirmishers seem to be quite well armoured. They're now wavering. They're sort of like a Peltast hybrid. They're coming in quick. So we need to knock out and neutralise their skirmishers. But it looks like a lot of the Galatian forces are trying to pierce and break through one particular hoplite unit. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, even though we might not be able to catch all of them and rout them, we can still disrupt these skirmishers, then hitting my front line with impunity. Let's swing you around and centralise you there. You never know with Rome as well. Rome could come in. Look, you know what? I'm going to send the young prince, Antiochus II, around the left. My cavalry's been taking a battering, and allowing him to go forward might open up a new unique opportunity, but it seems like we've managed to pull and drag away the skirmishers, so we can focus upon them. We'll have an easier time on the infantry. We can wrap around and do hammer and anvil strikes. We have cavalry supremacy. We've got to use it. Let's run them ragged. Okay, so I've only got one archer unit. We'll change to a flammable shot. My cavalry, although being somewhat exhausted, are running down the skirmishers. The Galatians are still trying to pierce my front line, but they're not going to be able to break the defensive formation of the hoplites there. Even though Alexander won and fought most of his victories with heavy cavalry and pikes. And I know you sort of run out. Oh, that's good. We got some RNG there. The randomness of that. The enemy general is dead, so that should massively take the time. Look at that. Their morale is already tanking there. But what I was saying is, yeah, even though the Seleucid army build sort of promotes pikes, we'll try and push and take the initiative there. We'll try and swing and wrap around. It's a different time. We're in 276 BC. Alexander's conquest is a different memory, and we need to do our own sort of hybrid tactics that reflect our army build. Because especially in this time period, there's a lot more sieges as well. I feel like Alexander's conquests were more like decided on the open field, because he was just such an overly resounding commander. Then he managed to defeat them on the field and either capture or kill them, and then most of the nobility opened like the cities up with open arms, and he was more than happy to embrace their culture where they can. So it's flipped to now about a 70, and my lighter swordsmen, although they don't have the armor penetration, that's fine, because they're not holding the front lines, they're not in hand-to-hand combat. There are quick light, agile, high-octane runners. The properly heavily armoured, disciplined, and trained to the tooth hoplites are now holding the wall. These barbarians didn't stand a chance against united Hellenic soldiers. And also, their morale was dropping even further due to, I had like one archer unit, right? Had one unit left. It didn't like blow all its ammunition. It was on flammable shot. Even though it's not the most effective, it did the morale penalty. We're so lucky that that general died. Wowee. But now, we've destroyed... Oh, we're definitely going to continue. We've destroyed the Ankara garrison. And in 273 BC, the Seleucid Empire is going to run through the streets of Ankara. Alright, we want to try and run down as many of them as possible. And search and destroy them. Because we don't want to be dealing with their garrison no more. In an offensive siege. For Seleucus! For Alexander's legacy! For a united Hellenic East! Oh my god, your typical barbarian there. Yeah, I kind of thought I'd be focusing... Oh no! That guy's been hit the town too much. He's throwing up Bloody Marys. Oh. Right. What was I saying? Yeah, I just didn't think I'd be fighting barbarians this early. I sort of thought I'd be fighting them if I ever went into Greece. Or like barbarian Thracians and stuff. But we started off against the Egyptians. And Easterners. But now Galatia. It's kind of a shame I didn't have the opportunity to confederate with Galatia in my Gaulish campaign. Because it would have opened up a really cool and unique front. That was a really fun campaign though, I really enjoyed it. Speaking of campaigns, let me know what you'd like me to replace this with. Speaking of confederations, I wonder if there's maybe I should confederate with a couple. Maybe it should be Ptolemy and Seleucus against the world. That'd be quite cool. Uniting the general dynasties? Nah, I don't think so. Seleucid all the way. For the Seleucids. There only can be one. One true successor kingdom. But I'm really curious to see how the AI performs in this campaign. In the sense that, will it be Carthage? Will it be Rome? Or Macedon? Sort of dominating their provincial territory. But before I even rocked up, it looked like Galatia looks like they're going to unite Ankara and Anatolia. Heroic victory. We lost 600, but we managed to wipe 3.3k on the field. Looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted, my cavalry did tremendously well. 400, 500 a punch. My archers picking up with the couple hundred there. 245 holding that defensive position. Couple hundred with the flanking units as well. A tremendous fight. And Antiochus II has staked his claim to his father's dynasty. Wowee. Oh, and we still didn't take the city. That's alright. Still a tremendous victory, and Ankara will fall. Ah, Nicomedia is under the control of Pergamon. That's interesting. Maybe they're expanding. I knew that Cappadocia got wiped, but Pergamon, we've got to watch out for. Okay. Welcome to the top of the turn, guys. Development focus, military all the way. That's what I'm focusing on for now. As we're being incredibly aggressive, we need more bonuses. We're not in a time of peace, so we shouldn't really switch over. So let's auto-resolve Ankara now. A decisive victory for the Seleucid force. And now we have Galatia et Cappadocia under our control. So, now they've got this entire province. Do they want peace? Trade? Non-aggression. How about a payment? The Egyptians gave me like 9k. Oh. Yeah, we'll accept that. We got drawn into that war. We've also got a defensive pact with Macedon and some Greek nobles in Larissa there as well. The Punic Wars. The city of Syracuse has fallen to the Carthaginians. With the threat of the Punic War on the doorstep, Rome now views their former allies in Carthage as enemies. The war has begun. That's one of the new events. That's cool. The Punic Wars has now erupted. Okay, we've mobilized on the Egyptian border here now, and we're actually going to push into Alexandria here today. We finished off with that Galatian war, uniting the province, and I have Antiochus here with a full stack, and I've also got Deno there as well. In the north, we've got another army being recruited to defend Jerusalem, so we've got 4 in operation now, and then of course up in the north we have Antiochus II. Diplomacy-wise, here are my allies, of course. The Eastern Puppets, Sardis in Anatolia, and now, of course, Macedon. Yeah, it's actually, I've actually miscounted. They've actually got 4 full stacks in operation. So we might try and, I don't know, maybe open another front in Anatolia. Let's move our armies in to try and take the city of Alexandria. We're going to have to cross the River Nile. Fighting over it's going to be a pain. So I'd rather trespass and take the diplomatic debuff. And we'll declare war upon them. Take all of Egypt. We need to take Hormos, Memphis, and Alexandria. The Egyptians have a pretty large fleet, but so do we.
Ready for orders.
Okay, Antiochus has some upgrades. Commander of men. I really like aggressive infantry melee and defense, along with movement speed. That's what I like to prioritize, and then eventually like reduced upkeep and stuff. So we're mobilizing against the Egyptians in Alexandria, and we'll probably push against them in the next episode. Unless they attack us here, they've actually come out. Huh. They've left their defensive position of 20 ships, a capital garrison, and now they've come out to stop us. To be fair, they might be able to stop that second army crossing the Nile. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the Total War Rome 2 Divide et Impera Seleucid series. We had a quick short war against Galatia, and we'll try and open up another front there. We have 3 armies pushing south, 2 full stacks, and we have 2 full armies in the north. So we have the king with Antiochus I, ready to reopen the war and finish off the Egyptians and their new pharaoh, and Antiochus II has sort of found a knack for slaughtering barbarians, so he's going north, my son and heir, my prince, to open up another front, depending on where it presents itself. We could betray even Sardis, we could very well declare war upon Pergamon and Nicomedia, or finish off the Galatians towards the north, but I've got to be careful doing that because it could drag in the Armenians or potentially the Persians. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.